Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the live. I'm glad that you're here and that you are alive, period. If you're here, you're watching the replay, make sure you say hey down below. Say hey in the chat. Let me know that you came. Let me know that you was here. What's up? Hey. Other than that, I'm glad to see you again. Make sure that if you are here to transition with leisure and get your mindset for success, check out the links below. We got transitionwithleisure.com where you can find mindset coaching sessions, advice calls if you really just need someone who you want to hear an outside opinion that's unbiased. You just want a quick opinion, hit me up. I'm going to give you my opinion. You know I will because you watch my videos. So, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and put the Q&A today, and the Q&A is, why do you work? Why do you work? Hey John, I see a new pic. What's up, John? Oh, there we go. Hey, 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 how you doing? So yeah, the question today is, why do you work? What is the reason? The topic we're talking about is money. Everybody's favorite topic. Hey Chris. Everybody loves to talk about money. Okay, I love that. So we're going to talk about, what does money have to do with leisure? We're also going to get into the conversation of time, because I was trying to figure out if I should make time its own video or if I should make it separate. So I don't know. Depending on how today goes is depending on if I'll make time its own video. But leisure, money, it has a lot to do with time. So we'll see where we get with this video today, okay? John, you said to pay bills. Okay. After you pay bills, what happens after that? You pay you go to work, you pay your bills, then what? What's after that? Make sure y'all like the live, y'all. And we'll get started in just a second. I want to see what everybody says. And I guess I'll have to say my answer and then repeat it a few times. But this hair right here. So my answer is the same. To pay bills. I go to work so I get these bills paid, so I can have a roof over my head, so I can have a nice car that I enjoy, so that I can maintain the lifestyle that I'm interested in. That's really just what it is. I go to work to maintain the lifestyle that I enjoy. That's just what it is. And yeah. Anybody else want to answer that? You said I don't. He. Okay. Period. Love that for you. So we're just waiting a little bit to see who all comes in today. But while we wait, make sure y'all answer the question. And make sure y'all double tap the live. Hello. Yeah, I definitely work to manifest the life that I'm wanting, right? I wake up in the morning. Not only that, I actually enjoy the work that I do. I enjoy the work that I do for sure. So I also work because I enjoy doing what I do. So it's a mix. Hello. Hey, Creed. Hey, Thorsten. Why am I such a baddie? I don't know. I just kind of do the things that I'm interested in and I shine. So I like work sometimes. So I'm going to give you like a little highlight of what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how time equates to wealth, number one. Healthy, wealthy, prosperous. We're also going to talk about the actual studies behind it. We're going to talk about how to increase leisure time if you feel like you don't have the time. I know that at the beginning that was one thing that somebody has said, is that they don't have time for leisure. Somebody said they don't have time for leisure. I said, oh, wow, interesting. So we're going to talk about how to increase, how to make you feel like you have more time. Because we all have the same 24 hours in a day, but somehow Beyonce seems to manage the whole entire world in one of her pinky fingers. So how does she do it? Johnny said money gives you a sense of freedom. For sure. For sure. Today is a beautiful day. Lamid. Okay. Almost like she has, exactly. But even when you manage a team, you still have things to manage. Like, you still have things you gotta do. Right? We're gonna talk about that too, Moisty, because we can do the same thing. We can do the same thing. So I'm excited about today's conversation. Y'all make sure y'all answer the question. Y'all, I used to have like these, I forgot what you call these. What do you call this? I used to have these in like all different types of colors. And I don't wear them as often anymore, but I'm like, I'm getting off topic, but I really want some more colors. I feel like this would be such a cute hairstyle. Oh my God. That's me getting off topic. I'm sorry. Moisty said, no, if I had a team, I'm laying in bed eating cookies. They got this. Okay. Hey, Rico. Will said for money. Somebody else just said no. Okay. Okay. So we work for money. What's beyond the money? Like, we get the money. We get the life. We go to work. What's more to that? Like, is there anything more to that for y'all? Or is that just really where it ends? You get the money. You going about your day. I am actually excited for today's conversation because I was looking into the etymology, as y'all know. I was looking into the etymology of time, and the meaning, it means limited space of time. You trying to have a healthy relationship with money? I love that for you. I think that today's conversation will shift money mindset, honestly. With the way that we'll kind of dig into it, your mindset will shift. You'll have more supportive beliefs. So I think this will be a good conversation if that's what you're trying to do. If anybody's trying to shift to have a healthy relationship with money, for sure. His Majesty said, I work to provide, gives me meaning. Okay. Hey, George. Hey, Donnie. Chris said, because I love my family and I want to provide for them. Okay. I love it. You said money is a tool. You have to learn how to work it for you. Exactly. How to work money for you. How to make money work for you. I love it. When you break down the word of time, it means to divide, right? And I'm not seeing the exact definition that I had saw. Let me see. There was a whole definition and I don't remember where I saw it at. Oh my God. Okay, we about to get started, y'all. Why is my lip so shiny? You guess. Okay, period, George. I love that for you. I love that for her and you. Sounds like a beautiful relationship. It's not real. Yeah, and I can't really find, maybe it was an actual definition. Maybe I was looking at the actual definition. Let me see. Bubblegum pink. Yeah, it's a mixture. It's like 3 different colors. Hey, Gwen. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, Damien. Okay, Brendan. Thank you. Damien said you said work provides income, experience, and teaches me how to prioritize certain things. Work also introduces me to new ideas and concepts. Ooh. Okay. I love it. I love it. So I can't really find the exact definition that I was looking at, but from my memory, it says something along the lines of time is a division of moments of experiencing, of doing something, right? So at one moment, there was a doing of me sitting here on this live. Prior to this moment is divided by me changing what I'm doing. Prior to this, I was editing the thumbnail for this live, right? So time is divided by states of being. At one moment you were being this. At the next moment you were being this. At the next moment you were being this. You can almost like see time as periods in a sentence in a way. Because what do you end things with? A period, right? At one moment this person was doing this. At the next moment they were doing this. So it was very interesting to me to kind of shift my mindset of time being like this abstract thing, saying, you know, this, and this, and instead of it being more of what are you doing in this one moment, right? We see time as a clock, as a watch, as numbers, but sometimes when you kind of release the labels of numbers and stuff, you'll see it differently. It kind of reduces the anxiety and stress that you may have about time. But that's what I was just thinking about. And if I find that exact definition, I'll probably get a little bit deeper into it. That's one of my best features. Okay, period. Get your find a job you love and you'll never work again. Ass out of here. I'm dead. Why are you saying that to people? Then you just retracted it. Hey, Keeter. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get into it because we're at the 10-minute mark. Thank you to everybody who's liked the live. So number 1, time equals wealth. So a lot of us, we equate okay, I don't know what that has to do with this live today, friend. So okay, so anywho, hey Christopher, hey Lee Man. Time equals wealth, number 1. So a lot of us, we think, okay, if I have more leisure time, that automatically equates to me being rich. When in all actuality, oftentimes poor people have more leisure time than rich people do, right? That is what the studies are saying, right? So when you think about time wealth, you're going to think about time affluence, which is a new word that I just recently learned. Affluence means to have a lot of, right? So that means you have a lot of time, you time rich, right? And it is a high indicator to how much money people be having. You be seeing people be like, okay, during Tuesday mornings I can go grocery shopping, right? Those are a lot of times, those are the people who have time affluence. It's people who can just go grocery shopping during the daytime, right? So just because you have a mindset that this is what's truth, the real truth is that more money does not always mean more leisure time, right? So you people who may have not undeveloped prefrontal cortex, okay, friend, block you because you're being rude. I think this is what happens when I start posting shorts, y'all. Maybe it's because I be posting shorts. That's what it is. You post a lot of shorts. You get a high attention rate. People be watching you. Then you get all these random haters just saying weird stuff in the chat. People are weirdos. Okay. You said, does wealth always mean money though? For example, a rich person might just work for social aspect and enjoyment of work itself. No, wealth does not always mean money. Okay. Ooh, Charlie. Hey, Early. Girl. Okay. I'm starting to see the patterns of YouTube, I guess. Hey, King. So back, I'm gonna repeat it one more time. More money does not always mean more leisure time. So some of the studies that I saw is that a lot of time people being satisfied with life, it increases with both your income increasing and free time. So again, life satisfaction does not just mean your income rose, right? Just because your money rose does not mean you're going to be satisfied with life. Oftentimes that's paired with you having a lot of free time as well. How did I decide to do this type of content? Good question. So I do gratitude journals, which I'll show you my gratitude journals real quick. Excuse me. So I both make and I do gratitude journals. So these are all my gratitude journals that I've completed, and I haven't done gratitude journals in a while, but I started off doing this content by reading one of my gratitude journal prompts a day, and I would have a discussion with you guys about the prompt. And so then once I ran out of gratitude journals that I wanted to do with you guys, mind you, if you are interested, the link is in the description if you're wanting a gratitude journal yourself, because these help boost awareness and it helps you manifest goodwill into your life. But, oh, and Ariely says she loves hers, period. So it started off with me doing gratitude journals. And I did it by myself. And then one day I said, you know, this would be a perfect opportunity to go live every single day. So I started going live every single day, doing a gratitude prompt. And then it led me to saying, you know, I want to just have regular discussion about just everything and manifest. So I come on here, we talk about something, a similar topic for about a month. It helps to produce awareness within you guys. And then that helps you to have the will to choose for yourself. So that's why I do it. You think LK should be blocked? Let me see. Oh, being rude. Like, I don't get it. Haters. Now you can't get the knowledge because you're being a hater. You see everybody doing bad stuff. Girl, what they be doing? Early is a hoot. Early is a hoot. You're hilarious, girl. Okay, Rico, you said time influence is a big deal for sure. Okay, I'm not going to get too much off topic because we actually do have a lot to talk about today, y'all. And Damien, I just blocked them for us. I'm always this cute. Okay, thank you, friend. I should be a teacher. I work. Yeah, I'm a teacher. Thank you. I am a communication specialist, baby. Mind you guys, I was trying to figure out the vision yesterday. Let me not get off topic. I gotta stay on topic. So, okay, I'm gonna stay on topic. Okay, so foundational knowledge. You know, we always go through the foundational knowledge. So you need 2 to 5 hours of leisure time. Leisure time is time in your day where you have no obligations. You don't have to go clean. You don't have to cook. You don't have to take care of no kids. You ain't got to go, I don't know, do your hair. You don't have to go and clean up or something. I think I already said that. You don't have to go get your car fixed. You don't got to get your car looked at. You don't got to go grocery shopping. You don't got to do nothing. Leisure time is a time where you have no obligations, no responsibilities, and you could just do something that you enjoy, right? So most of the times people do hobbies, or they'll do rest relaxation, some type of active work, right? And so you need about 2 to 5 hours every single day of that, of you choosing to do something like that. And what happens if you get less than 2 hours a day, that leads to you being burnt out and stressed, overwhelmed. If you get more than 5 hours a day, what happens is it often leads to people feeling purposeless, meaningful, like less meaningful in life, right? So you want to hit that sweet spot every single day, 2 to 5 hours. That's really not too bad, especially if you have other obligations within your day-to-day life. You know, and sleep is not always included in that, but it's also a fine line between it, right? So that's the foundational knowledge. What happens is when you invest in your leisure time, right? What happens is it supports you. If you have positive, supportive beliefs toward your leisure time, it supports you into getting to the flow state. Once you're in the flow state, you can manifest more things into your life. So that's the foundational knowledge of leisure time. Understand that buying time helps improves happiness, and we'll get into that a little bit more. Buying time helps you to be happier over time, and that is one correlation between money and leisure time, is that a lot of people who have more leisure time, they invest in things that they don't want to do, or that they don't want to invest their time in, and pay somebody else to do it, right? So let's look at some more. This is all peer-reviewed articles too. So what's good? Hey, Jonathan. Hey, Booski. My notes backwards? No, they're not backwards. When I tell you I have so much. So I was like, I don't know. I think this might have to be 2. I might have to finish this on a different video, or we'll be on here all day. Truth. Hey, Truth. You said I work in order to have something for the time being. It's also a stage for things to come that's greater than working. Ooh, okay, period. I love that. Okay. So y'all probably done seen this before, but often people value money over time. You'll hear somebody say, like, would you have $20,000 or 3 years to live, right? People gonna be like, $20,000. You know, a lot of people value money over time, but often research has shown that those who prioritize time report greater happiness and life satisfaction altogether. Hey, Janice. So think about it. Choosing time over money allows for richer leisure, right? Richer meaning more high quality leisure activities. Low quality leisure activities is going to be like you scrolling on your phone. High quality leisure activity is going to be like you painting, are you studying, are you doing something that you really are interested in, creatively wise, if that's how you can say it. So it also leads to better mental health if you prioritize your time over money. And understanding that over decades, consistently working more for money often leads to burnout and regrets. So y'all, a lot of the rich people, and I've been listening to the conversations, this is the conversations that they have. I prioritize my time over my money, and that's why I get richer. Hey, Craig. Okay, keep doing your homework, girl. Including their soul. Exactly. People do be selling their soul, real Rico. And then there are opportunity costs to you getting rich, or you know, versus your leisure time. Opportunity costs meaning that there's something gonna always cost. There's always a give and take in something. So understand that high earners may struggle to enjoy leisure time because they feel the opportunity cost, right, of not working. Every free hour could equal lost income. And this could also apply if you are an entrepreneur, where it's hard for you to kind of separate work from your home life, or you know, just resting and leisure time, because you see your time, you putting effort into your time to get something, as you getting something, right? Like you like, okay, I got an hour, I could be focusing this hour on building my business, right? And now you're leading to having less leisure time in your life. But understand that if you have the type of mindset, not even just if you're an entrepreneur, even if you're like a working or a workaholic type of person, this mindset definitely creates a pressure to stay productive, even in downtime. So without kind of reframing, this can make leisure feel less restorative. So y'all got to think about some of the mindsets that you may have when it comes to money in your leisure time. Where's the next one? Sorry, y'all. My notes are all over the place. There we go. And so psychologically, in the mind, in your mind, and emotionally, in your gut, because remember, your emotions are more often produced in your guts. In the gut area, it has a strong connection to your emotions. But financial stress limits one's ability to relax. That's why a lot of times when poor people have more leisure time in their life, they're not as satisfied as a rich person who has more leisure time, because in their mind they're thinking, oh, bills, oh, I can't afford, or I have to go do this, right? Whereas in a person who has more money's mindset, they're in the mindset of, hey Jared, they're in the mindset of, oh, life is amazing. I have so much time. I can do this. I can do this. So, again, financial stress limits one's ability to relax because the mind stays very preoccupied. That means it's stuck on, it's like your ability to survive. You always think about how I'm going to survive. How am I going to get my needs met? And wealthier individuals usually experience more guilt-free leisure activities. Because their basic needs are already met. They're not worried about getting their basic needs met. Too many options, though, can create decision fatigue at the end of the day. So that makes it harder to feel satisfied. So if you're rich, even if you're rich and you have a lot of time and you have a lot of options, you could get overwhelmed with so many things that you have in your life, and you could be like, okay, well, I'm not going to do anything. So there's always, even on the poor side of life, you're going to have issues if that's the route that you take, if that's the mindset that you have. And even if you are rich, you can have issues with leisure time. Just so money does not dictate that you're going to have an easier life, right? It's all about how you view what's going on in front of you. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Alex. And so we already know that oftentimes you have more money, you can invest in higher quality leisure times, like people who invest in country clubs and stuff, right? That's already something that a poor person can do. A poor person can go and be around people, but what happens is when you get more money, it's higher quality. That's the difference. Only difference, poor people can do similar things to rich people. You can go out, do a sport with a group of people, right? Maybe it's going to be a sport that doesn't need a building. It might not be a gym in there in a swimming pool, but you can go out and play basketball at the basketball court, right? But the difference is the quality that comes with the richer person's leisure time. So, those are things to pay attention to, is that, okay, how high quality is this experience that I'm having? Do I feel safe? Do I feel stable? Do I have an abundance of resources coming towards me? You go to a country club, they're gonna be giving you drinks. You got everything there. But the other thing you want to think about, you said definitely a difference in quality. Facts. That means that I believe money is not needed to have leisure time. With leisure time, you are able to grow mentally and spiritually. Yep. You didn't finish? Okay. I hope you finish, friend. So income does not always have the same effect on everybody's leisure time. And that's example is going to be Denmark. If y'all was here at the one conversation we had it a while ago about countries who have higher life satisfaction, in that being similar to areas that had higher air quality, I don't want to lose y'all. I started talking about stuff. I feel like I'll be losing people. You know, you have higher air quality. The air you breathe is your spirit, and you have a healthier spirit, right, overall. So in countries like Denmark, it has less effect on leisure enjoyment because the safety net reduces background stress, right? So at the end of the day, you have some countries who, you remember that discussion, Rodrigo? Facts. So some countries, they already have systems set up to support the people, right? So that they can have higher life satisfaction already. Y'all, I forgot my water. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to go get some water later. Y'all know I talk too much not to be drinking water. Oh my God. And so the difference in capitalist countries, aka America, leisure is tied to productivity and status. So if you're not productive, which America has a very strong limiting belief around productivity and what that means, and you can kind of tie it back to, you know, American history. But it makes it feel like a luxury to have leisure time. Hey, Celine. It makes it feel like a luxury to have leisure time when in reality, leisure time is not a luxury. Leisure time is a necessity. Just like you drinking water, you using bathroom, you taking a shower, you cleaning your environment, you getting up and getting sunlight, those are necessities for you to maintain the quality of life that you may want for yourself. So, you know, understand that your culture that you are in could definitely define, and we've definitely been talking about it so much, how your culture can define how you experience your leisure time. And different class groups even define leisure differently. Some see leisure as rest, which is actually a lower form of leisure time. Other cultural, so what am I trying to say? Other class groups see leisure time as luxury activities. We are definitely going to get more into the hierarchy of leisure time, but there is a hierarchy of what it is. But rest is definitely a leisure activity, especially like taking a nap or just sitting down to be still is definitely a leisurely activity. But there is a hierarchy in the quality of leisure time at the end of the day. I'm so sad. I like sent my screenshots to my phone, and now my screenshots are all over the place. And I'm like, why? Why would you do that? Why? They make around $100 a day. Who said homeless people make over $100 a day? Where do you get that from? Who said homeless people make $100 a day? Let me get out in the streets real quick. Hold up. $100 a day is crazy. Hey, Nevaeh. They have that is true. They don't have bills. That is true. That is true. That's crazy. So you see that if a homeless person can make $100 a day and they still homeless, all they do is beg. I gotta see this in real life. I gotta see a homeless person's wallet. Hold up. Let me see what your pocket's looking like. Oh my God. Okay. So, you know, even with people who have a whole bunch of money, even with people who are rich, they're going to want to still have a balance between work and home life. They're going to want to have a balance between work and leisure life. And they still want to feel that sense of purpose, that sense of autonomy. Nobody really wants their work to overshadow their ability to self-actualize and do the things that they're enjoying in their life. Sometimes it happens because that's what people are programmed to do, or that's what they just fell into without having proper boundaries to maintain, their own leisurely time, their own self time. And so more money tends to upgrade your quality of leisure time. Understand this. That could look like you traveling, you having a wellness resort trip, you taking like a week off to have a vacation. But just because that upgrades the quality of your leisure time, that is it's not equating to you being happier overall. At the end of the day, it's not equating to you being more satisfied. In some cases, leisure itself can create wealth by sparking creativity or building social networks. And you want to know what's actually interesting about that? What's interesting about that is that I was watching this TikTok today of this girl. Hey, friend. I was watching this TikTok of this girl who said she didn't have no more money. She was struggling. She didn't say she was struggling, but she said she didn't have no more money in the bank. And she was trying to decide on how she should spend the last little bit of money that she had. And she said instead of going to spend that money on bills, she went and got her hair done instead. And she said she put her phone down on the charger, left it alone, got her hair done. And when she got done with her hair, she looked at her phone and she said money had came through. She had got clients. She had got different things that had came through while she was getting her hair done. And these are things that were unexpected for her. And in a way, that was her form of taking care of herself first. And when you realize that when you feel good, your energy can reach farther. Your bandwidth of energy, your frequency can reach farther to attract a more prosperous life if that's what you're wanting. Okay. Sometimes I just be reading y'all stuff and I be like, what? What is going on? What is going on? Hey, Sada 10, welcome back to the live, friend. And thank you guys for the 15 likes. I appreciate you guys. I really, really, really appreciate you guys. So the whole purpose of that conversation is to understand that it's not about money. It's not about we are doing this for money. When money works for you, you're going to prioritize yourself, right? So if we want to live in the state of being that we're seeking, let's just start prioritizing ourselves first already. Let's figure out the little bit of time that we need to invest in leisure time. Let's figure out leisure activities that we're actually interested in and just do it, right? You said if you have an image to maintain as an influence, then that is important. Where'd that come from? What did I say? Not girl, early. I'm reading the old comments, y'all. Oh my god. Sometimes I'll be missing certain comments. But y'all know what? Y'all gonna make me laugh because y'all be cracking me up. So an important thing to know when it comes to leisure time and money is that it is good to buy back your time. And I think that some people could definitely have limiting beliefs about buying back their time. They feel like as a woman, some women can feel like, oh, another woman is cooking and cleaning for me, then what am I here to do, right? If you associate your identity to the gender norms, like I'm a man, I'm supposed to be doing this, or I'm a woman, I'm supposed to be doing this, then that can cause some kind of cognitive dissonance with you. But understanding you got to see the benefits of certain things before you just make a judgment about it. Sometimes if you outsource your time and delegate things to other people like Beyonce do, it will support you. And you don't even have to just do it to other people. You can do it for tech, AI, right? AI can do work for you, especially if you're growing a business. There's a lot of automations that you can do for your business so that you don't have to do so much work. But that also it calls for investing sometimes. You got to invest the money now. And spending on time often equates to a higher life satisfaction. So understand, when you have to know though, when you're investing in these things, a cleaning service, a car wash service, you know, I like to invest in curbside pickup because I don't want to go in the grocery store and deal with being in the grocery store all the time. So I invest a lot into outsourcing things. I do curbside pickup. Hey, a shoe. Oh, that's what you said. Getting your hair done is important as an influencer. Yeah, but I don't think she was an influencer. But I don't know what she was. Let me not lie. I don't know what she was. Okay, girl. Okay. What was I saying? So I definitely invest in curbside pickup, and I invest in ChatGPT Plus, baby. I love me some ChatGPT Plus. Especially when it helps me with my homework, cause baby, this is 2025. I'm not doing all this by myself. No, thank you. What else do I be investing in? Car wash place. I love me a nice clean car. So there's a lot of things that I invest in to save me a little bit of time, because if I didn't have a car wash, guess who'd be out there with a bucket and some soap water and a rag? Not me. So there's other things that I'm really interested in investing in. I really just invest time, not money. So that's not really a good one. But I definitely have invested in my education, because it saves me time at the end of the day. Oftentimes when you invest in your education, most of the time people work less. That's why you be like, why my manager not working as hard as me? Because they at the top. You ain't got to work as hard when you're at the top. Okay. Y'all. Time turns into money. Yup. Time definitely turns into money. Y'all know how many times I be wanting to get off topic and start talking about other stuff sometimes? I be like, nope. Stay on topic. Stay on topic. So you could definitely spend money on your leisure time. So especially if you want to focus on more high quality leisure time, which looks like, you know, taking trips, taking courses, different experiences, and you want to avoid less low quality leisure time, like doing unnecessary shopping. You know, maybe you got a lot of money, but you just like to spend your leisure time just doing things that don't provide any satisfaction for you. And that could look like passive scrolling, anything that's draining you, anything that you're doing that's not fulfilling you is draining you. And so what happens is you can balance that by doing more joyful spending without sabotaging long-term financial goals. So you may sometimes have low quality leisure time where you're just spending money, sometimes even on food. People just be going and buying food just because. And instead of doing that, you can say, hey, instead of me just buying stuff, how about I just buy one thing that's really going to make me more happier than buying all these other things? You charge $20 to your car is going to look brand new. Okay, start a business. Start a business. Hey, Fusini. You can also budget in your leisure time, which I actually, in my budget, I have budget for fun money. I call it fun money because I spend it on whatever I want to spend it on. Eating out, going out, buying new clothes, right? So if you don't have a budget and I was even thinking, like, should I create a new budget? Because I have my fun money, but should I create a new section of my budget called leisure money? Because my leisure money would be spent a little differently than my fun money. Fun money go quick. Leisure money is more fulfilling. So I've been thinking about adding a new section to my budget for leisure activities. Putting in a savings account. Maybe I'll go get, a couple of massages. As long as it's in the budget. API. Ooh, okay, for academical studies. It's like a financial playlist. Oh my god. Why does money revolve around everything? Because it's a means to an end. And sometimes people get stuck at the means. You use money like a tickets at Chuck E. Cheese. Oh my god. Then all you get is toys. Nothing else. Thank you, BB. So you want to definitely put it in your budget. Put it in your budget. There we go. For your leisure time. And that's really up to you. You can do 10% of every paycheck. It's really up to you. It's really up to you. And so you can use a sinking fund, fund envelopes, which I've seen those before where people just have envelopes and they put like the name on it. They may even have like a savings journal, where you open it up and you can put money in it. Or you could just do automatic transfers. So that could be directly from your account. Like you can do it within the bank, or you could do an automatic transfer from your job. I know with my job, I can do at least 3. That's the maximum that I can do, is separate my paycheck 3 times. So if I wanted to separate my paycheck even further, I would have to go within my bank account and do that. So if you can see leisure time as an investment in health and your abundance, then oftentimes you'll be able to have a healthier relationship with leisure time if you don't have one already. But also it can support you in increasing your income. Y'all know how I always tell you guys, most of my leisurely activities, my journaling, has always turned into me doing something further than that. I've always made money off of a lot of my leisurely activities because I do it for so long by myself. Then I said, let me introduce it to the world or the people around me. And people also enjoy it, and then they invest in it. So a lot of times you don't want to do leisure with the mindset of, I'm going to make money. That's not definitely the mindset you ever want to go into it as, because it's really going to do the exact opposite and stress you out. But if you look at your leisure activities as, this could one day produce more than just joy and happiness that I have already doing it by myself, then it can motivate you a little bit more, because it's like, this is changing my life in positive ways. So definitely see leisure as an investment, especially if you have skill-based leisure, right? These are things that you're going to be mastering, building upon. This is things like that's going to support in professional growth as well, although it doesn't have to be just professional growth. But this is going to look like you taking classes and networking with people. Let's say you do woodworking. That's a skill. You build bird trees. That's a skill that a lot of people don't have, but that's something that you enjoy, is cutting up this wood and building things out of it. Even people like you might make, what else can you make? People who make wigs, that's a high quality leisure activity right there. You make a wig and you sell that for like $1,000, boom. That's a whole paycheck, baby. So there's a lot of skill-based leisure activities that you could do, especially through learning through somebody or something, and that can eventually lead you to making money. But sometimes you have to invest in your knowledge. And it has to be something that you want to do first. Trades are important, yeah. Bird trees, I think the word you are looking for is stability. Look at it as an investment. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all have y'all's conversation. I love the conversation to chat. Y'all do it. We're talking about I live my life like I'm at Disneyland. Okay, period. Have fun. Also, creative leisure, has potential for an income increase as well. Social leisure, bonding with people, that supports your career in abundance as well. Because although you may see it as I'm just going out enjoying my day, hanging out with people, talking to random people, that's networking. You never know who you rubbing shoulders with, y'all. I give off, John, you know I'm a mentor. Don't play with me. You never know who you rubbing shoulders with, y'all. There has been so many times where I went into a store and it was, I don't know, it was like a time frame in my life where all I met was business owners. I don't know, it was very interesting. But you go into a store, you start shopping, you don't know that you're interacting with the owner of that store. You know, they could be stocking something at the moment, but you never know who you rubbing shoulders with. You just have simple conversations, ask them how they're doing. They end up being the CEO of a major company. It's been many of times. So you never know. So you doing these things in your leisure time, you just want to go out and say hi to somebody. You just start a random conversation and boom, now you got a one-way ticket to Miami to go see the basketball people. I don't know what they call Miami Heat. Yeah. You can make $100 look like $1,000. Okay, well, okay, friend. I love that. So you see that in real life, people who outsource doing things like chores, they are getting more time back, right? You sitting up here spending 10 hours doing something that a professional can do in 2. So you just wasted time and money because you could have really been putting that 10 hours. You could have used half of that 10 hours for leisure. Now, boom, you got a creative increase. Now you got you in the flow state. Now you're healthier, happier, freer, versus you just spent all that 10 hours and now you tired. Now all you want to do is lay down. Go invest your money into something that's beneficial. That's also why you could create a different account within your bank towards leisure, because now you have a monthly thing going towards, okay, getting a car clean, getting a maid, getting a personal assistant, little things like that. You never know really what you'll need. Networking, a lot of times it's about who you know, not what you know. Facts. Exactly. So that when I'm saying all this, and hey Sammy, when I'm saying all this, it's such a broad spectrum that I'm speaking on. I'm speaking on the mindset of people who are poor, and vice versa of people who have a lot of money. Hey Clash. So I'm speaking on a lot of different things in this, and I do feel like it's a little bit like here, but it's all connected to one, and I think y'all understand exactly what I'm saying regardless of where I'm at in this conversation. What? What are y'all talking about? Sometimes I just be needing breaks. I just be needing breaks sometimes. Oh my God. And for the person who commented that, sometimes I don't be understanding. You don't have to put everything in one sentence, right? Not everything needs to be said. The one that Airly just deleted. And I mean this by no disrespect. Not everything needs to be said. And sometimes when people just be saying stuff, that's why I be asking myself, like, are they being for real? Or are you just saying something just to get a reaction? So for certain people, you don't have to put everything. You could just say, what's the makeup tips, right? Not everybody needs to know your business. It like unless that's how you want people to, consistently see you, is outside of, just you being who you are, So it's okay to not have to put everything in a sentence. You could just say makeup tips, please. You would get the same reaction whether you have your extra information in there or not, okay? Hello from Dubai. I'm just really laughing at the fact that you deleted one and delete the other. But I'm just gonna keep going. So, So there was a study done called income induced constraints. You know what it is. Don't be asking crazy questions. Income induced constraints on the enjoyment of leisure. So it basically says that the constraints, which are stress, your mental load, what's on your mind, you being stressed out, what's on your mind, these are dampeners. This is the reason why people are not able to enjoy their leisure time, because they so worried about the things that's going on in their life. Hey Terry, hey Gary, welcome back. So even when people have the two of the same exact type of leisure times, the wealthier person, they often can be more fully, they can enter fully more into that flow state of the experience. Whereas somebody who does not have as much money, they're not going to be able to relax as much, to enjoy the moments that they're experiencing. So wealthier people can enjoy their time more often than poorer people, just because they don't have the mental stress of dealing with getting their basic needs met. You said you didn't realize it was a hate channel? Baby, it's not a hate channel. I just be trying to tell y'all don't have to say everything. I say that to my young audience as well. And I be blocking my young audience as well. So a Ritz crackers 5 days a week. What are you talking about? See, that's what we talking about. The oh my god. Oh my god. Y'all, see. And I would also like to say, just because the person had made that comment about is this a hate channel, y'all, I am a woman. So when you ask me questions, that's like a man saying, "Hey, I'm a man. Can you help me go do, I don't know, do something?" Like, I'm a woman. You got to ask me questions in the mindset of, this is a woman. Maybe I can go ask somebody who has more knowledge on this subject. So if I say something about what you asking me, it's because I don't have the knowledge on that subject, baby. I have the knowledge on what I have the knowledge on. Okay. But I'm not about to play with you, Gary. Y'all. So again, one of the differences between somebody who don't have money versus somebody who do got money is that a wealthier person has more options. A wealthier person has more options of how they can spend their leisure time. Whereas somebody who's poor may not have those same options. A wealthier person can say, okay, I can choose to go get a massage, go do Pilates, go hang out with my friends over dinner, go get brunch, go get happy hour drinks, right? A wealthier person can do those things in their leisure time, whereas somebody who's poor gonna be like, okay, I can walk around the neighborhood, I can do some sit-ups, I can go hug my grandma, right? I can go sit in the car and look at the sky, right? So that's gonna be a big difference. Chris said money don't bring happiness though. Facts. Facts. So at the end of the day, money is necessary because it definitely brings the flexibility for people to live the life that they desire and be fluid within that life, right? It gives you the currents to stream through the life that you want to enjoy, and it helps you to feel happier overall just experiencing those leisure activities. That doesn't mean that just because these people who have more money can spend it on their leisure time that they're happier. It does not mean that these people are happier. It just means that they can experience more higher quality. And that just means they have the ability to do more within that given time. And then understand that a lot of times, in which I'm seeing this kind of this trend when leisure time and being active, a lot of time households who have more money, they often have more active based leisure activities. So you see a trend of people who enjoy their leisure time, who have more leisure time, who invest in their leisure time a little bit more, often are more active as well. Remember, water that stays in the same position dies. Being active, being moving around, doing things keeps you going, you know? Time is money. I got nothing but time. Okay. I hope you being creative with your time, friend. I hope you being creative with your time. You're not about to walk around this neighborhood. Oh, I thought you was carrying. I thought you was carrying. Yeah, early. Look, don't be engaging with these people that you don't know too much early now. No, know how you feel about that now. Don't be doing too much. Y'all, don't be doing too much. Now, I was wondering, because I'm like, okay, there's all this stuff talking about poor people versus rich people, but how about we just focus on rich people? Because we ain't got to just focus on being poor all the time, right? We ain't got to focus on the lack, people who lacking, you know, it's whatever. It's something that's real, boom. But let's see what's going on with these rich people, right? That's how I want to know what's going on with rich people. And one study said millionaires compared to non-millionaires tend to spend more time in active leisure, which is what I just said. That means exercising, volunteering, rather than purely passive leisure. So that means you want to make money, get your ass up and get active. Get active. Get active. So, you know, affluence enables not just more time, but more freedom to choose higher quality leisure time. That's what we're trying to get with the money, is to choose more high quality leisure time. Some other studies have shown that higher income individuals derive more emotional utility from the same leisure activities than lower income people do, right? So they may feel a little bit more happier, but it doesn't mean it's going to be a grand sense, right? It's only, and they're a little bit more happier only because they don't have to deal with getting their basic needs met. Oftentimes if you hear me repeating things, it's because getting in your head. Get it in your head, okay? Also, it's because people come in and out the chat. So a lot of times people who have more money can enjoy their leisure time a lot more just because they're not worrying about getting, you know, stressing about the bills and things that they need to get done for themselves. And so they can fully experience those leisure times a lot more than someone who does not have the money. So wealth meaning money is what we're going to say right here, because wealth does not always mean money. Wealth just means having an abundance of something, and actually wealth just means being happy, right? So in this sense, they're saying wealth can buy luxury leisure, which looks like travel, retreats, and exclusive hobbies, right? That may be like going on a golf course, you know. These are going to be more exclusive luxury like leisure things. And most meaningful forms of leisure often involve you being more social. You experience self-actualization, you just having simply playtime and throughout your day. And that does not require any money at all. So, hey, Shine, you wealthy through friendships. Okay, period. You can be wealthy through friendships, yes. You can't stand rich people. Then how you gonna get rich if you can't stand rich people? How you gonna get rich? Because then you're not gonna be able to stand yourself. How that work? I don't know what that means. Allegedly, I don't know what that means. So another thing, um, another thing is that high earners, with demanding jobs and demanding schedules, can lack schedule flexibility. Um, while lower earners may technically have more discretionary time, that means just time to do whatever you want to do. You know, because they're unemployed, they don't have to work as much. So just because you make a lot of money, if you are still spending a lot of your time working, you don't have time affluence, you don't have free time, right? So you are not going to be as satisfied whether you have a lot of high quality leisure time versus someone who is poor, who's using that time to spend with their family, right? So these are things that you have to think about, especially if you know, you really have a certain mindset of what it looks like to be rich. A lot of times, if you don't dig into studying rich people, you're not listening to what they're saying consistently throughout every day, you'll see rich as an abstract thought. Abstract meaning it's kind of far from you. It's nothing that you can really just grasp and touch, right? And if you want to manifest something, you have to research it and bring it down to earth and make it understandable and formable for yourself. So I don't want people to come in with the mindset of rich people are terrible, eat the rich, you know, the rich needs to be doing this, rich needs to be doing that, right? Because we want to be rich in finances. We may be rich in other ways, areas of our life, like how Sean just said, wealthy with friendship. Like, that is very factual. You may be rich in other areas of your life, but we also want to be financially rich, and that's okay to be financially rich. It does not make you a bad person to be financially rich. When I did my money mindset, gratitude lives, the one of the most limiting beliefs that came up is money is the root of all evil. So I don't want this to be, I don't want you guys to carry that belief with you, because it's not the money who's the root. Money is just a means to an end. So we have to look beyond what the money is, look before and beyond, and then we can see what's really the root of all evil, which is typically the emotional state that people are in. Jealousy, you know, scarcity, you know, being rude, taking advantage of people, power, you know, power imbalances. That's more often the root of evil than the actual physical money itself. John, it's a tool, period. You said, okay. You said, okay. You never been on a cruise. I never been on a cruise either. That's one of the things I want to do. You said make opportunities if you want to get rich. Or not even just make opportunities. You can definitely put yourself out there, but just be creative. Be creative. Do what you enjoy. Do it at a high quality. And put it out to the people. We're talking about just get some rich friends like you did. That's actually a good thing to do. You want to get rich friends. That's the quickest way you could do it. Rico said they ain't never been on a cruise either. You ain't never been on a cruise? Okay, now we all gotta plan a cruise together. Y'all ready? No, let me stop. Y'all, but I do want to go on a cruise. Okay, John trying to come in talking about cruises are nice. Y'all see how he just flexed on us? Talking about cruises are nice. All that flexing. I'm dead. Early girl, you sometimes you just make me laugh. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say about that, friend. I'm sorry. I gotta get out the lab because I don't know why you said garden tool. That's just really funny to me. Girl. Okay, Cater said, been on a few. Boring. How you gonna say they sound nice and then you say they boring? On one of them big ass boats. Well, if you say this one more time. Early girl. I don't know, girl. Tell her mama a hoe. Say that next time. If somebody call you a hoe, say, that's why your mama a hoe. And your daddy ain't shit. That's what you say. Tell her the only reason you know what a hoe is because your mama is one. That's what you say. It's okay to even do it tomorrow. The moment has not passed. You know how sometimes people like, oh, I should have said this, and this during the conversation. The moment has not passed. So go back tomorrow and you say that. And also tell her, say, your mama was a hoe and that's why your daddy had you. Your mama and your daddy had you because you was worth $2. And then start calling her a $2 hoe. That's how you do it. So then every time she play with you, just say, $2 hoe, shut up. But only do that this one time. Don't continue the conversation after that. Okay, because it can get to an extent of bullying. She bullied you first. You fight back with your words, since that's where it started, was with your words. And then she ain't gonna mess with you again. If she mess with you again, come back to me. I might have something else. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. You said, what does my bedroom look like? Like that. What you talking about, Gary? Sometimes I be forgetting that y'all not my kids. But I do have a lot of kids, I have a lot of kids on the internet. So I have to tell you guys, sometimes I say this with discretion. Don't keep doing it. It's only self-defense. You say things like one time, you see how that works for you. And then you see if they try to come back at you and you retaliate. But you don't be the one who start the problem. You just fight back. Self-defense. Okay? I'll let y'all know. Just self-defense is what I'm teaching. That's it. So, shout out to Pakistan, y'all. Shout out to Pakistan. Don't make it your leisure time. If John is gonna say something, he gonna speak facts. Don't make it your leisure time. This is a one and done. Real quick. Yeah, real quick. So again, when it comes to places like America, we Americans, I try my best, Rico. We Americans, we definitely prioritize being productive more often, because that's how we have kind of attached the concept of success to work. The more I work, the more successful I'll get. The more I do, the more successful I'll get. And oftentimes this working and doing is not for ourselves, it's often for an external corporation. So we have to make time to prioritize ourselves, no matter what our culture is teaching us, whether you're an American culture, an Indian culture, Middle Eastern culture, European culture. You have to make time to prioritize what's important to you. Whether that is you prioritizing your spiritual beliefs, your leisure time, you're prioritizing who you are, because what manifests is who you are and not what other people create you to be. Frank, y'all know, if y'all ask me about my hair that grow from my scalp one more time, I'm so tired of y'all. I invested a lot of money into this hair. So, anywho, I don't understand. I have so many hairstyles. My hair. So, and what that mean? Because I'm black. You ain't never seen black people with long hair. Ignorance is a bliss. Stay ignorant, friends. Stay ignorant. So a lot of times people want to monetize every moment of their life. Just think about like people who go live and they're on live all day. they're on live all day. Now, some people may see that as a leisure time. They may really enjoy doing that. But at the same time, you're not separate from something else. It's not sacred because you're sharing it with everybody. Things that are sacred is kept enclosed. Everybody can't be a part of it. So people, you want to monetize your life, a lot of people see it as, let me go live and be live and show my whole entire day and talk about all this and this. I enjoy going live and talking too. It's definitely leisure. But there is a cutoff point to where you can say, is this actually benefiting my leisure time? Is this supporting me in being more creative? Or am I only doing this to make some money? Right? So you got to find that balance when it comes to that, because you don't want to get in the mindset of, let me make sure I monetize every second of my day. What's going on tonight? You know, John, this is what I was saying earlier. I don't know if he was in the chat. But I think that when I post my shorts and I get a lot of attention on my shorts, it brings more people to come to the live. And what happens is it brings these people into the live and they just be saying the most random stuff. Whereas, you know, just going live, you grow slower, but you have more engaging individuals, people who actually have things to say. We can have better conversations. So, very interesting. We'll test it out. I'll continue to test it out throughout the week. I'll keep posting shorts throughout the week and we'll see what happens. So, you know, when you broaden that, you let everybody know who you are, you bring in, you said cut the short short. You said get that shit out of here. Sometimes you grow, you get weeds. We got to cut the weeds as we grow, y'all. We'll be okay. What y'all talking about? Now you disrespecting the God. What y'all talking about? I don't even know what's going on. I think they just get a kick out of trolling because they hate themselves. Exactly. They hate their lives. Otherwise, I wouldn't be trying to spread negativity. They would be happy and positive, encouraging. Yeah. And some people are just really, truly ignorant. Like, honestly, some people are really, truly ignorant. So sometimes people just say things because that's all they know. You know, it's like children. They could be 38 years old and they still have the brain of a child. So, you know, I don't really take no offense to it. It don't really hurt me. So we don't want to be in the mindset of we have to be productive in order to get leisure. Hey, Venom. We want to be in the mindset of leisure is abundant energy and leisure is not a waste. Me sitting down and taking a break to breathe and close my eyes is not a break. Me taking time to meditate is not a break. Me taking time to journal, me taking time to do something fun, hanging out with friends and family, especially if you like are in a high intense working moment where you're just working, you need those times to kind of reset you back to ground zero. So, but understand that cultures with stronger collective mindset and community values like India, Pakistan, places like that, even the Mediterranean, they use time differently and they're not as guilty about the leisure time. So it's all depending on where you're from. You're just an individual. You know, I showed that. Oh, I don't have it over here. I don't know where I put it. But I showed y'all that picture the other day of the cells in comparison to humans. And when you think about it, you as a human, you have your primary family, and then you have your culture, right? So your primary family can only program you so much, but that cultural aspect around you is really, you're consuming so much of that, and it creates your identity even further. So, you know, pay attention to your culture. You need to cut it. I got nothing to hide. Real name, real picture. I work to obtain a dream. What's your dream, Venom? You said I don't pay. Those folks come in trolling any mind, period. And me neither. They can kick rocks. So leisure time is a necessary part of our day. I want to know, What did y'all do today that was leisurely? I'm going to start asking this question. I want to see at least 3 people answer the question. Y'all so active. I want to know what y'all saying. I want to know what's one thing that y'all did that was a part of your leisure time. And I'm going to tell you guys what I did. So when I came home from work, I laid down on the ground and watched YouTube in the dark so I could reset my mind. I needed time to just relax, and I did not want to lay in my bed because I just came home from work, and I did not want to lay on the couch because I knew if I laid on the couch, I would go to sleep. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to lay on the ground and relax. Ellie said, read my book. Okay. I love that. And why people don't know me? What you mean why people don't know you? There's a reason why people don't know me. Oh, because you just working to get your dream? What are you talking about, Venom? Took a nap, now I'm watching football and on live. Okay, period. Energy and leisure vibes, good spirit, positivity is what I'm about. Okay. Found your live stream. I'm confused. You got a warrant? No. Or Rico, you said I got off, came home, then went to the track to exercise. Okay, exercise. Real Rico, real active. Stay active, friend. Chris talking about my dream is to have a dream. Okay, Martin Luther. Okay. So, my dream is to take trips. Okay. It's giving real Sagittarius. It's giving real Sagittarius. I love that, Venom. Okay. So some things, like, we want to look into this real world. I appreciate everybody who's commented their leisure experiences today. I love that. I'm going to start asking y'all that. Because I want to know, we manifesting. We going to see. I want y'all to start becoming more aware of how you're spending your leisure time. So it's going to be a topic that I'm going to ask you guys about. He got them rich, quick schemes, allegedly. So real world pictures, right? Envision this, Gary. We're gonna talk about the day later. Envision this, because I gotta stay on topic. Okay, Venom, I love that y'all are spending y'all's leisure time with me. I'm spending my leisure time with you guys too. Okay, stay on topic. But the thing about it, I was just thinking about this, is how blessed am I that I actually get to incorporate my hobbies into my YouTube channel. That's how I felt earlier, because I was like, I really actually do love researching. Like, I don't know, I'm a nerd. Hi. I really do like researching things that I'm interested in. So to be able to, you know, have these topics that I'm super interested in, and then be able to come to here and talk to you guys about it and like have a really good conversation, it like really like makes me happy. So yeah. Hola, bueno. ¿Cómo estás? Gracias por el like. So, yeah, that's what I was thinking about. So, thank you guys for enjoying our leisure time together. I appreciate it. So, some things, real world examples. This is going to be an example of outsourcing and time buying. So, many upper middle class, they have chores and logistics that are often outsourced. So that means cleaning, errands, even childcare. These are either outsourced or automated. So that frees up time for more important leisure. Just think about Kim Kardashian, who got all them kids, but she also got every single one of them a nanny. So she ain't got to deal with the stresses of raising a kid. Poor people often must do all those tasks by themselves. So that leaves them to have less high quality leisure, even when they even have free time. Because a lot of times the poor people, they have to do all the work themselves. So they may get free time, but they be so tired from doing all the work that they end up doing low quality free time because they don't have to exert that much energy. So exactly, Rico. Gracias, Chris. I have really great Spanish. Thank you, thank you. So another one is that access to certain environments. We talked about stability, safety, right? That's a part of having high quality leisure time. So wealthier neighborhoods may have, you know, parks, walkable areas. Imagine y'all, have y'all ever seen them sidewalks that be all crooked and raggedy? Or like areas that don't even have sidewalks? Y'all ever seen, like, if you go look at apartments.com or something, or you look up walkable area, like, it will always tell you how easily walkable is this area. It says a lot about the environment if you can walk in that environment. If they have areas set up for walking, like sidewalks, right? So a man robbed him. I'll pay my man Rob, cut my grass. Where does that put me in life? Well, if it's your friend, number one, you're investing in your friend, so that supports you in feeling proud of yourself, happier and more fulfilled because you know where the money's going to. And then plus, you don't have to cut your grass. So that's where it's going to put you in life with more free time. And you'll feel good about yourself too. Some like to do it themselves. Yeah. Some people definitely like, and you know, that's again where you have to decide what you want to do with your time. That's the importance of leisure time, is that you have the decision about what you want to do, right? So that's why you don't want to, you know, you do what you want to do, and then the things that you don't want to do, or that's overwhelming for you, you send to somebody else to do. You invest in it. Alvin said, I do roof work. Okay. Venom, you said, I love cleaning house, which is probably weird to some. I don't know. Some people really do like cleaning. From you get chicken eggs. That's pretty cool. Okay. And legend. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. So another thing about it is that some people is constantly worried about finances, they bills, job security, they house, how they gonna live. They worried about their health. All that's on their mind is the stresses of life, right? So even in downtime, when they do get that leisure time, that's just constantly in the back of their mind. Stress, 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 right? So wealth can kind of create that psychological breathing room, and allows you to kind of relax from having these stresses because the bills is paid. Baby, I got the money. It's in the bank. The bank, I ain't even got to worry about the money coming out the bank because it's automatic. It's on automation. It's on automatic drafted out the bank. So everything is already taken care of, right? You know, I don't got to even worry about the money getting there because the money every month on this day, the money get out and it go directly to them. I have the system set up from my bank account. I mean, from my paycheck at work. I already have it to where it's divided to go to certain bank accounts. Then even sometimes my bank account may even divide the money even more to go into the correct pockets. Remember, money is a stream. Imagine it's like actually a river, a lake, and an ocean. And streams. You get money from your job. It's like a little bitty lake right here. It's streaming to your bank account. Then you may have multiple banks, like in the ocean. You may have multiple banks, and then you put the banks to flow to the next direction. The only thing is that you just make sure that the streams is all connected, and you make sure you put money in the right place. Everything else is taken care of. Hey, no ego. You gotta get your cup of water. Okay, Gary. Let it circulate. Period. Circulate. Hey, Jabron. Change your profile pic. Hey, friend. Hey, Fatima. You said nothing to do. You don't work, Jabron? But De Bueno said he worked for his family. A lot of men are saying they work to provide and work for their family. Es bueno, de bueno. Gracias. So, you know, that's one thing. Oh, and I completely missed with the environment. As long as those strings is connected, exactly. You will send me your whole salary, then Jabron, you gotta get to work, friend. I need you to get to work. You need some motivation. John talking about I work to save money, allegedly. Oh my God. And Gary, you on the prayer list, Gary. You on the prayer list for sure. Sean, not you change your picture back. Sean, I'm not about to play with you. Girl, you don't there on Thursday. Okay, Jabron, that's what I'm telling you, Jabron. Go ahead and get your money together, baby. We got to make it happen some way or somehow. We got to make it happen, Jabron, baby. Go ahead and get that money together. Let's get to the work. Let's get to the money. We manifesting it for us together. So that's what I was saying. You know, some of these areas, when they have more money, mind you, money circulates in its own environment most of the time. So people be complaining about schools, you know, people be complaining about environments, but often it's because these people who have money, they pay taxes that go right back to their personal environment. So, you know, a lot of times we have to look at the people who's investing in their own community. You're not investing in your own community, and it's unfortunate, but it's the facts. You know, that's why we can't look at rich people and be so, oh my God, they're rich. It's because oftentimes their taxes go right back to the community, and if they have a lot of taxes, the community have a lot of money, right? He said, yeah, he sent the whole check, Rico. And so, you know, when you are in those certain environments, it makes being active easier, right? It allows you to be more social more often. You feel safer in those areas, so you'll get out and you'll do more. Versus in low income areas, options are fewer. You know, you may not have that sidewalk where you can ride your bike safely. You know, that sidewalk may go up like this, and it may have little crumbles and be missing certain pieces of the sidewalk. So it's harder to ride your bike on the sidewalk in those type of areas, right? You know, the infrastructure may be weaker, and so you may not be able to have more leisure time. You may not be able to go to the park because they done took the swings off the park. You know, the slide is dirty. They don't even clean the slide, you know. You may not be able to enjoy your neighborhood as much because people be littering. Y'all know that is annoying. You know, that's annoying, friend. So, what y'all talking about? I don't need my boss. Go back to your way. My love, when I do job owner say I need an employee, I don't need my boss. Go back. Okay, friend. Growing up poor is like money is not important to me, but spending the money I do make to have the stuff I really want seem to be priority. And I mean, that is a priority. Money is not the priority. It's the outcome of what the money is used for. That's the priority for sure. Literally, I don't be getting it. Like, there are certain things that you could litter, but sometimes it's just easier for you to just wait. Like, I think, like, okay, fruit peels is something that you can litter, and, you know, I feel safe to say, okay, I threw a banana peel out the window and some grass more often. I'm putting in a piece of grass. But why? You know, when you could just hold on to it till you get to a trash can. I don't be getting it. And there's so much trash cans out there. Shy. And he gonna be happy too. We gonna both be happy. Okay, I'm helping you, bueno. Mi inglés is to ayudar. Ayudarte. Es mi inglés bueno para ti? Bar, what? I should have filled it. Where the hell? Girl, what you talking about? See, this is what I be talking about. What y'all be talking about? Yes, thank you, YouTube. I know. We love Jabron. Thank you, Jabron. Gracias, bueno. Okay, now, John, let's not hold up. Let's not think too far, okay? let's stay where we are, okay? Yeah, we're gonna stay where we are. We don't want to get nothing in nobody's head now. So let's go ahead and keep going. Oh, Gary, see, you just. Oh, John, you cool, friend, you cool. I didn't take no disrespect to it. But Gary, you over here, you go from one sentence to a whole Lil Wayne verse. Okay. So. Okay, Octavia Strong. Hi. Hey, Fred. Y'all, I'm about to start crying, y'all. Crying in a good way, y'all. Crying in a good way. Because it's just sometimes I just don't be understanding. I be like, what's going on? Y'all, it just be so random. Okay, so one thing that I found very interesting doing this research. Now, this is the good part, y'all. This is the good part, y'all. I think it's a good part because everybody got 24 hours in a day. And then we wonder, how do these people, how do they get so much done? Why does it feel like they have more time than me? Deron. Hey, Early. Why do these people feel like they have more time than me? And one thing that one study has said that made people feel like they have more time is called MBSR. So it was a study done, and it included a technique called mindfulness-based stress reduction, which is MBSR. And it was an 8-week structured program developed by a Dr. John Kabat-Zinn in the 1970s, and it combined all mindfulness, meditation, body awareness, and gentle yoga. And so the goal is to help people manage stress, pain, and illness more effectively by cultivating moment-to-moment awareness and reducing automatic stress. So what happens is they practice certain things, and a lot of people who practice this over that 8-week time frame, they often found that they felt like they had more time in the day versus prior to, before doing it, right? So what happens is that it increases their affluent mindset. So a lot of times, again, this is it for people who feel like, oh, I don't have enough time in my day to, do A, B, and C. Okay. I don't have enough time in my day to do A, B, and C, right? So there are certain things that you can do that makes you feel like you have more time within your day. So one of those things is the MBSR, and you guys can really do more research on that if you're interested in it. But there are actually other things that you can do. The fact of you increasing the moments where you feel awe and amazement in your day, can also increase that. So all experiences make you feel more abundant, and also all experiences are connected to self-actualization. So people who are self-actualizing oftentimes have more awe experiences in their day. That could be like you looking over the top of the mountain. That could look like you looking at beautiful flowers, looking at beautiful trees. It's going to be you looking at things that make you feel like there is more to life than just me. What? Your brother? Y'all, please. So when you have more awe experiences in your day, it makes you feel like you have more time available at the end of the day. And it increases your patience, and it boosts your well-being altogether. It said that multiple experiments showed awe expands perceived time availability compared with other emotions. So awe, if you want more time in your day, you go experience more awe-inspiring things. So even you can do it like a few times within the day. You don't have to do it like, okay, let me go out and get some awe. But like, you can set 3 minutes aside to do something like, looking at the trees, paying attention to the trees outside, You know, you could sit in a tree canopy. You can watch short all videos that make you feel like, oh, this is amazing. You know, life is abundant. You could visit structures like museums and cathedrals, because these are the things that's going to make you be like, oh, this is amazing. Especially when you guys are thinking about like things that humans have built. You think this is such a grand experience. Look what was built by humans, right? Look what was built by God. Look what nature has done. Chris said, I love trees. You silent now, Jabron? Chris talking about I'm dying. I'm not about to play with y'all. You had some leftover nachos and fries, and then I made chicken sandwich, spicy chicken. Okay. I love me some nachos, y'all. That's one of my favorite meals. So that was one way. And then this was also a very interesting way that sound like a heart attack. What sound like a heart attack? This was something else that I found interesting, is that giving time increases time influence as well. Hey, Lucky. Giving time increases time influence of as well. Not y'all eating oodles or noodles. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. I hope like it's like, you know, you add extra stuff to it. You must be in college. Struggling? You on my prayer list, friend. Gary, yeah. Y'all know I be trying to stay on topic. So, you know, multiple experiments have showed that spending time on other people, so helping, volunteering, or even writing a supportive note, giving to people, has also increased perceived time affluence. So that makes you feel like, oh, I have more time. But you got to realize also that in a way that's awe-inspiring to give to people, and to give it in a willing heart, you know, unconditionally giving to people. Is a beautiful thing, because that's what God is. You know, you're getting in your God state when you can unconditionally give things to people. Unconditionally meaning you don't expect anything back. You're just doing it because this is what you want to do. You saw one of my shorts today? Which one was it? You said we all can't eat steak like you. I just started eating steak, but you know, that's why we here. I'm sorry, y'all, if y'all keep seeing me wipe my eyes. It's because my eyes is watering. Exactly, Rico. And y'all know I wasn't always eating steak. I was eating noodles and noodles too. Just a couple of years ago. I'm not perfect. Okay. But guess what I started to do? I said, I gotta get my money up. This is unacceptable. And then I focused on it and I manifested it. And God brought the streams of income to me. You gotta focus on getting that money up. Not a American master venom. You be spicing it up. Because it's a difference between you just eating noodles and then you be eating noodles and you spice it up. I like to put chili oil in my noodles. It's actually good. And noodles is one of those, I had to stop eating it. I had to stop buying it because it's one of those like easy meals when I get real lazy and I don't want to like eat. And I'll be like, okay, this is real easy. And I'll just eat noodles too. So, not to run talking about you perfect. Thank you, baby. You gonna throw a tree bar in there, but I figured I better not. I don't want to go get too carried away. Okay, okay. Ooh, Philly cheesesteak. Ooh, that sounds so good. No, a little something. I mean, we're gonna teach you how to hold a little something for yourself. We're gonna teach you how to get it for yourself. You ain't gotta hold it from nobody else. You gonna be the holder. You ain't gotta hold it from nobody else. I don't want no prison recipes. I don't want no prison recipes. I've seen them before. I don't think that I want anything to do with them. But you enjoy. You enjoy hearing. I'm not about to play with you. Okay, so, you know, you can add some time throughout the week to give back to people. 20, 30 minutes throughout the week is a good starting point if you want to start giving back to people. wet burritos. Okay, is that what you ate today? Not prison pizza puff. Y'all a little too knowledgeable on the prison food. And then another thing is, of course, buying back your time. So investing in yourself, it reduces time stress at the end of the day. If you start realizing, okay, I'm starting to feel like I don't have no time, then that means it's time to invest in something that will give you back your time. And you have to figure out, you got to do that on your own and figure out what is the one thing that I feel like I don't want to do, or I feel like it's taking too much time for me, too much energy, really, too much energy for me. What is that one thing? Who can help me get this done? So those are a few ways that you can increase your perception of having more time and make you feel like you're more time affluent. And here's some examples of these things. Okay, period. Make it happen. Creativity. I feel like people from the gutter are the most creative. Sometimes that's the reason why you be there. You get creative. So see this in your mind. Envision it. Okay. You see person A. This person is working nonstop. Maybe American. Believing rest equates to laziness. Y'all need to go get some water. I'll be I'm back, and I'm so much better, y'all. So much better. Y'all talking about food in the chat? Okay. Today I ate a salad and some chips when I got home. That's what I ate today, y'all. Y'all talking about steak and eggs. So that's what I was saying. Imagine this. Hey, Clarence, close your eyes. Envision this with your imagination. And see this. A person works nonstop, believing rest equates to laziness, right? They're like, if I stop working and I sit down and I just relax, I'm a lazy person. They're tired, they're anxious, and they miss opportunities, not because they don't want it, but because they're focused on grinding. They have the hustle mentality. Eat, breathe, sleep, hustle, right? Person B schedules daily leisure without guilt, right? This person uses weekends for restorative activities, right? They don't say, let me keep working on the weekends. They say, let me take a break. And they invest money in their experiences. They feel energized, grateful, and receptive. And as a result, they notice new career paths, ideas, or connections that expand their abundance. Which one are you more like? Gary already said the first one is him. There are no streets. Get back. Can you? You always had a little guilt about resting. So Limiting beliefs, as I keep saying, can make your leisure time feel wasted. You say you're retiring before it's too late. Limiting beliefs can make you feel like when you are enjoying not doing anything that you're a bad person, right? But your supportive beliefs, they're going to make it feel like, you know, me resting is an engine, is allowing my engine to work harder when I get back to work, right? You prioritizing leisure time supports you in having an abundant mindset. You have little guilt about hustling. Yeah, don't hustle too hard. You need breaks to recharge yourself. So, you know, when you're trying to manifest your life, it's not about doing more. It's not about doing more when you're manifesting your life. It's about aligning with clarity and making sure your energy can have the bandwidth to stretch out to get these things for you. Because you're not the one, you're the one doing, but your being is the one actually doing, if that makes sense to you. You are doing, but you are not physically doing. Your being within you is the one doing. So that should support you in not trying to do so much, but focusing on your state of being so that can do the work for you. Keep your important calls shine. Keep them, girl. So some limited beliefs is going to look like rest is lazy. If you feel like you resting when you actually work, now mind you, okay. You resting and you ain't got no job is different, okay? You resting, you ain't got not one job, you don't pay not one bill, you living at your mama's house, sleep on the couch. I cannot approve that. But you're resting and you worked all week, baby, go ahead, get that rest. Don't be stressing yourself out. Go ahead, get that rest now. So when you think the mindset of rest is lazy, when you actually work hard or just work in general, that's rooted in the productivity culture. So you may get this if you, even like Asian cultures can have this mindset that rest is lazy. If they see you want, like if they're like, you got to be successful, you got to be a doctor, right? So the belief suggests that worth is equal to your output. Your worth, your self-worth is equal to your output. When your self-worth is not equal to that at all. And when you have the mindset of, you know, thank you. Thank you, Stephen. I appreciate you, friend. I be having to make sure. I know last time they said don't be saying my name like that. Now if y'all don't want me saying y'all's name, y'all let me know. I don't want y'all getting mad at me. But thank you, baby. And Venom, you know, I'm still waiting for that for the booking. I'm still waiting for that so we can have that little conversation. We're gonna have that conversation. So back to what I was saying. So, you know, you believe that rest is lazy. You're going to feel guilty if you sit down and you rest. If you be seeing, you have a money sign on here. What I need a money sign for? What you mean a money sign on here? You exactly, Rico. Can't get down with that. Mind you, that means you have too much leisure time. If you ain't got no job or you don't have nothing that you're doing creatively, skill-wise, going to school, learning, supporting, investing in your community, if you're not doing none of that and you just have all the free time in the world, baby, purposeless, meaningful, less, why do I keep getting this word messed up? Meaningless life. Javon, I need both support and love, baby. We could do both. Okay, Venom. So, sometimes you have to just be real with yourself and know for a fact that rest equates to your own mental, physical, and emotional well-being. And that sometimes when you worked hard and you just sit down and you relax, that's you actually investing in yourself. It may not be financial, but oftentimes that investment in your leisure time will equate to a higher finances, right? High quality leisure time. So another one is I must work harder to deserve leisure time. No work, no pay. No work, and pay. Okay, girl. Our guy. Sorry. So if you have that mindset, you see leisure as a transactional thing. Friend, you know it's not too many people who comment in the chat. So when you comment something 3-4 times, it's just not that necessary. Just do it like one time, I'ma see it. That's all. Okay. So if you have that mindset, you may feel like you have to earn leisure. And is no reason you don't have to earn leisure. Leisure is a mandatory experience throughout your everyday life. You don't have to earn it. Another one is if I'm not working, then I'm falling behind. This is also a part of the productivity culture. So you feel like if you're not doing any work, you're falling behind, especially if you're an entrepreneur. This could be a mindset for people who make their own money. It puts you in a scarcity mindset. And it puts you in a mindset of I'm only progressing when I'm working, right? When I'm doing something, physically doing something. And this belief definitely keeps you in comparison mode rather than the flow state. Remember, when we are more in a leisurely flow state, I messed that up. When we're more in a leisure, when we're experiencing our leisure time, it puts us in the flow state, which allows you to manifest more for your life, high quality things. So those are some of the limiting beliefs that I want you guys to think about when it comes to your leisure time. And I also want to talk about the supportive beliefs. Exactly, Rorico. Abundance mindset, period. I also want to talk about the supportive beliefs as well. Not baby Oprah Winfrey. Not baby Oprah Winfrey. I don't know. That's a compliment. Is that supposed to be a compliment? I don't know. I don't know. She rich and beautiful. Oh, okay. Thank you. Period. She rich and beautiful. We love Oprah. Some people. Not everybody. She cool. So some supportive beliefs about leisure is leisure generates abundance. What age limits do I teach? There's no age limit, baby. I have worked with people one-on-one who were like 65 years old. There's no age limit for me, baby. And they actually, and that same 65-year-old left from working with me in awe, because she was like, I never realized that that was something that was stopping me, holding me back. So, babe, I work from 18 plus. 18 plus. But I believe most of the people who follow me on YouTube are probably around 23 to like 40. That's the average. But it, of course, it's less and older. Your thumbs don't like the keyboard? Hey, Tim Rag, you say you work because you enjoy it? Oh, I love that for you. Mwah. Not you went to another profile, Jabron. I'm not about to play with you. Thank you, Jabron. You talking about? See, this is what I be talking about. So, if you believe that leisure generates abundance, right? You will be focused on rest, creativity, being socially connected, and you'll notice more opportunities come to you because you're so in the flow state. The things are just flowing to you left and right. So, when you in the mindset of leisure equals to abundance, you multiply your energy. You see that leisure is multiplication, right? In lack of leisure, division. It's draining you. And your ability to attract wealth, ideas, and relationships improves. High quality leisure time. You think of time is wealth. It's not about how much money I have. It's about how much time do I have to enjoy, right? How much time do I have to enjoy? Oh, thank you, Ahmed. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. We got 29 likes tonight. Okay. I gotta start posting more shorts. Look at that. Okay. When I tell y'all, I'm seeing YouTube for what it is. Okay, so you see that? You see, just as money can be saved and invested or spent, so can time. Because remember, money is a means to an end. Seeing time as a resource. Hey, Sahib. It makes you more intentional. So money is a tool and time is a resource. Money is a resource. Time is a tool. It allows you to do things within a confined set of time. And you're more engaged and you're happier and you're at peace because you're like, hey, this is a resource. I got another thing that I was going to talk about. I got another thing. Good night, Gary. Oh, Lord. So, it's something going on in the sky, y'all. There's something going on. There's got to be some astrology, something going on. So, when you start to protect your leisure, it's going to be the same way that you protect your money. You're going to, divvy it out. You're going to say, this is for this, this is for this. And it's just going to be just as important as saving your money. You said, what love going on? I don't know what's going on, friend. It's just be too much for me sometimes. And also, if you see rest as productive, if you deserve it, it must be a limiting belief. Because, baby, if you ain't did no work, I don't think you deserve it. I've been around too many bums in my life who really think they deserve the world, but don't do nothing for nobody, right? So, if you resting and you deserve it, it means you deserve it. Recreation means to recreate. Hi, GR. GR used to be coming in here just saying some on-point stuff. It would be out of the blue. So, even in the mindset of, who is these people? Just talk it loud. So, just in the mindset of athletes training hard, athletes, they go out, good athletes, they go out, they train all day, but they also got to get rest. Because guess what happens when you're resting? As an athlete, as somebody who's exercising, who's building muscle, you have rest days, and guess what? Your muscles are able to build quicker because you're not always stressing them out. Have y'all ever heard of that? I don't know the exact science behind it, but when it comes to athletics, training, building muscle, when you get those rest days, that's when your body's able to actually do the work necessary to build those extra muscles. That's why if you working hard, you need to relax as well, just as hard as you work. One up top, why are you mad at me? We got to 31 likes. Shout out to us. Godson Bless said, I work to waste my time and money on questionable women. Y'all heard that? You say you always think about money and stability. That's it. Time to get some hobbies. Time to get some hobbies, friend. Okay, so you said God's son said you tear down the muscle by exercising and then they grow back bigger while you rest. So equate that to actually making money. You spend a lot of time focusing on making the money. Then you take some time off to enjoy your leisure time. And it grows back during the leisure time. It's the same thing. We just solved America's problems. Get your leisure time up, y'all. He said don't worry about them. Okay. For financial independence. Hey, Sam. Okay, financial independence. Okay, GR said yes, you are repairing and increasing muscular strength. Do you do money challenges? No. What type of money challenge are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. They are just making noise. Sean, you a Capricorn. What I tell you about them Capricorns, they gonna always work. You gonna always see a Capricorn working. This is the message for Capricorns. If you are a Capricorn, go enjoy your leisure time. Not everything's about your self-worth. The thing about Capricorns, y'all, this is what I see about Capricorns. Many Capricorns relate themselves to their fathers. The same as Cancers and their mothers. The same thing with Capricorns and their fathers. Capricorn suns, Capricorn moons. You have a strong vision of your father as who you are in your mind as a Capricorn. And that says a lot depending on what your relationship with your daddy is. And so oftentimes people relate their self-worth to their father, the masculine figure in their life, right? They work. Your daddy may have been a hard worker. It depends. That's what I be seeing. You say you don't relate your self-worth to money and working. Konnichiwa, Luke. Money challenges, is that what they call it today? I don't know. Google money challenges. That's what you said. What? Google it. Google money challenge. I just know nobody got me. Oh, so you feel like you work because you feel like nobody else gonna take care of you, so you gotta do hard. You gotta work hard. Hey, Frank. So those are some positive beliefs to have. You know how to Japanese. Un poquito. I also know ni hao. Ni hao Kalu. Y'all ever seen that show, Kalu? The bald kid? What your daddy name being Frank got to do with this? I think that's all I got. You don't want to be a servant? Me neither. Only person I want to serve is myself. Thank you, Frank. Thank you. So that is what I have. Let me see if there's anything I'm missing. You gonna make me a CEO? You know I'm already a CEO, baby. You don't gotta make me a CEO. I don't want any more additional work. No more additional work. If you want to do something, just give me the money, okay? I don't want no more work. I do enough work by myself. So some things to take away from this conversation. Serve mankind well. Okay, Venom, making us work harder. But okay. So some things to take away from this conversation is to invest money to have more time. That's one thing. Leisure time is the wealth, right? Investing in your leisure time is the same way as saving money. You invest in your leisure time, it oftentimes produces more for you than working harder. Another thing to take away from this conversation: work smarter, not harder. You don't just keep working. Time does not equate to money. Just like how rich people can go to sleep and wake up and they don't have $1,000, $1,000,000 on their phone in the bank account, they didn't have to do nothing because they invested into themselves and they invested into other people to help them so that they can save time and still get what they want and get the things done. Invest in things that you need. Invest in outsourcing. Invest in AI if necessary, in things that you can do. Invest in babysitters, house cleaners. Invest in a financial coach. Invest in a financial coach, someone who can work with you monthly with your finances and help you understand your finances. Okay? You listen in the background? Hey, GR. Invest in yourself so that you can have more free time, more leisure time. The more you invest in those areas where you may not want to do that work or it's taking too much from you and it's not enjoyable, you invest all that, invest in that, and now you have more time to enjoy doing other things that may look like building generational wealth, right? That may look like you just enjoying sewing on the couch, right? It's really up to you what your leisure time is. One other thing that I want to talk about though, I missed this part with the cultural lens. We all know that United States is a productivity mindset. So a lot of times people in the US, especially if you come to the US like from outside of America, you know how a lot of people see America as like the American dream, and they see that life is going to get better than you. They get here and oftentimes they, are working. So understand that some people based on your culture could see leisure as guilty because you feel like you need to be productive. That's not what it is, right? You don't have to feel guilty about your leisure time because it's necessary, it's mandatory. Some in other places like Europe, the work-life balance is protected by policies. Leisure is a human right. So not every culture is going to view leisure as a human right, but leisure is a human right. Maybe it's time to start fighting for the rights. We got to start fighting for our rights, and that's probably why I went through everything I went through this year, because it just felt like I keep having to fight for my rights as a human being. And leisure is a right. We have a right to have leisure time and for it to be protected by law. Period. Asia, like Japan and Korea, leisure often is constrained by collective work norms, right? So if you're more in a collectivist mindset, you may have those constraints tighten, not as much, right? Because you are so focused on a community. And then in the Middle East, like Latin cultures, Mexico, Latin America, Guatemala, family and community-centered leisure is valued highly. That's why they be outside with the fiestas, the siestas, enjoying their weekends with their family. So another thing that you want to take away from this conversation today is to budget leisure. You have a paycheck, take 5 to 10% of your paycheck and put it into a separate account that's solely for leisure. That's for you to save up for the trip, get the massage, right? And I don't want to hear people say, I don't have the money. Because the funny thing about not having the money is as soon as you break that paycheck up and you do that, somehow you still get your needs met. Have y'all ever realized? I've done it so many times, y'all. I've done it so many times. Sometimes you say you don't have it, then you break up that paycheck and you end up always having it. Then you start realizing, I used to always get McDonald's. But because I know I don't have the McDonald's money, and my money's in a separate account going to my leisure activities, I don't really eat McDonald's as much. You ever seen that before? So make sure that you are spending money on things that satisfy you and fulfill you. That's also going, not McDonald's nasty, John. Sometimes, I can eat me a little McChicken, a little chicken nuggets, a little McNugget with some barbecue sauce and some french fries. And an Oreo McFlurry, maybe. So, make sure that these are things that you're doing to invest in your leisure time. This is the relation of money and leisure time. Just because somebody is richer than you does not mean that they enjoy their leisure time as much. I actually been watching this woman on YouTube. She's an OBGYN. And she's always like, day in the life of an OBGYN. And she just talked about having a 48-hour shift at work. At work, she was working 48 hours. She said normally she would do 24 hours, but she had a last-minute trip to Nigeria. She live in America. And she had to go and work a 48-hour shift because nobody else could cover her shift. Or whatever she said. So this woman out here working 48, 24-hour shifts as an OBGYN. You think she has that much free time? If she working 24-hour shifts, 8 hours, like more than 8 hours is beyond me, baby. Beyond me. So just because you have more money does not mean that you have more leisure time. Now, mind you, in her leisure time, what does she do? She shows these things. She goes shopping. She buys high-quality perfume, high-quality clothing, high-quality experiences. But that does not mean she has more leisure time than poor people. It just means she can invest in higher quality leisure times. You would a vacation home. I don't know if you responded to what I was just saying. Oh, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Okay. You say you work 4 10-hour shifts and have 3 days off. What you be doing in your 3 days off? The easiest way to save money is to start saving your age. Start by doing that. Simplify it by saving your age. Put the money to the side. Don't think about it. Put it in a savings or whatever. Yeah, okay. That's interesting. Never heard about that. So when y'all start investing in y'all's leisure time, your leisure time will start investing in you. That's the takeaway. Invest in your leisure time. Your leisure time will invest in you. It's natural. You will manifest so much. And I want to kind of end this conversation with this. Think about the future. We are in 2025. This is an amazing year to be alive. We have ChatGPT and Google Gemini. This is an amazing year to be alive. Okay? Understand, with automation and AI, it reduces work demands. So a lot of people are losing jobs because of AI and robots. A lot of people are saving and making more money because of AI and robots. Right? And so humans can face the challenge of filling more leisure time meaningfully. So now we have these AIs doing all of the work that we used to have to do. You remember when people didn't have microwaves? People didn't have microwaves. At one point, people did not have microwaves. People did not have vacuums. People did not have the robot vacuums, y'all, at one point. People did not have lights. They had to walk around with lanterns. People did not have vehicles. They had to get on the bus. They had to get on a train. They had to get on a bike. We are technologically advanced, y'all. So we have so much leisure time. And as technology continues to advance, it's going to save us more time from having to do things. The thing about that is that you have to be wary of how you spend your time. How do you spend that time now that you don't have to do all the extra work that you didn't want to do, right? So too much leisure time can reduce your fulfillment. Too much leisure time can make you feel less satisfied about life. You need a balance. You don't need too much to where you just aimlessly walking around. You need something to drive your happiness. Philosophically, leisure teaches us that both scarcity and overabundance can harm well-being. So think about this. As you continue to invest in AI, as we see that life is going to be improving and we'll be saving more time, we don't want to be like the Wall-E people. Let's see if I can find a picture of the Wall-E people. Y'all know who I'm talking about, right? We don't want to be like Wall-E. We don't want to be like that. If you save, you'll be rich in no time. Venom, how old are you? What is that? You hate money. Yeah, the movie. You don't want to be like them people on Wall-E, y'all. I'm telling you. I need the picture of the people. They keep showing me Wall-E. I'm trying to see the people. Humans. Let's see. Oh, also, I gotta show y'all this experiment that I have been allowing to happen still. Mind you, this is the bad apple. Let me finish this. I want to show y'all about the people on the Wall-E. The people on Wall-E, y'all. This is what they did because they had too much leisure time. They allowed robots to do everything, and then they just got big and didn't do nothing. Just laid around, being big as hell. No personal development internally, just big as hell. Hey, James. So be careful. You don't want too much leisure time. Even the kids was big. So yeah, y'all. That's the conversation for money and leisure time. I hope you guys enjoyed that conversation. I'm going to show you guys this before we head out. So this is the bad apple. I have not even really dealt with this. I just set it to the side because I'm saving it for a couple of weeks to show my older kids because I'm not going to see them for a while. So I'm saving it to show my older kids when we do our next experiment with them. But I'm not going to open it because it's mold and I don't want to deal with that. But you can see that it's literally molded. This is the bad apple. And then this is the good apple. It's a little bit, you can't really see the mold. It's very mild compared. It's very mild. And this is like really reinforcing penicillin. You like the vibe? Welcome to the community. This is really reinforcing a belief that I have, right? I believe that we're all going to go through life regardless. We're going to go through life regardless. We're going to have good and bad experiences regardless. You can either transition with leisure. This is literally the belief that I have. You can literally transition with leisure or without leisure. Either way, you're going to transition. You're going to transition through this world either way. So you choose how you want to do it. If you read my book, in the book, I use a car theory or a car example of, you're going to be driving a car, but you're going to dictate the type of car you drive, what's wrong with the car, the environment that you're in, how you feel about that environment, right? This is a better example. I might just have to go take it out and put this in the book because this is an easier example and I have actual pictures. Even this mold on here is like white. Like the type of mold on here is not even like, it's interesting. Hey, CASHAPP. So you can either transition with leisure or transition without leisure and look like this. Look like this apple. It's up to you. Y'all want to talk about anything before I get off alive? Do you want to talk about anything before I get off alive? Transition with leisure. You gotta guess. God saying, gotta guess. I like when people guess. I want to see what people think. Because then when I tell them my real age, they be like, what? So, let's see. You in it? Okay, Jabon, don't get my hopes up. You better start looking into private planes. It's time to start looking into private planes and figuring out how you gonna get it for us, Jabron. How you gonna get it? Time to do the work. Death from above. Hello. Okay. You gotta guess, and I'm gonna tell you. Remember, black don't crack. Remember that. Sean, come on, go to the website, friend. Oh, Death, you close. 48. 48. So close. Thank you, Jabron. My birthday's actually 4 months ago. Thank you, GR. You know, 1 year younger is kind of what I was aiming for. But most people think that I look a little older sometimes, depending. You don't believe it. I'm telling you, black don't crack, you know? Stay healthy. Stay wealthy. I look 28. Y'all are just making me feel so good. What website? The web Transition with Leisure, baby. Go to the website. Go book with me, baby. Okay, Jabron. Come back in 8 months. Venom, you said unless you use it. Use what? People think your dad is your brother. You said stop calling me baby. Why? Gee, are you twice my age? You don't believe I'm 48? If you use it, skin crack like, oh, unless you use crack. Yeah, exactly, Venom. Exactly. Black don't crack unless you use it. Facts. No, I'm not gonna lie. I got an uncle. He be always telling me how he used to do crack before he had his daughter. But he looked pretty young. He looked pretty good for his age. He don't do it no more. But that shows that once you stop, you start looking young again. You said I said something different before. Y'all. I think I'm gonna have to give it up. I'm gonna have to give up the funny parts and just start being real. And how can you gonna fly the plane, baby? You gonna fly for us. shine. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to start being real. One day. One day, not today. Not today, one day. I do drink a lot of water. I do. I actually, honestly, I don't drink as much water as I feel like I should. And the honest reason why I don't feel like I don't drink as much water is, number one, because I drink maybe like 2 to 3 bottles of water during the day. That's not a lot in my opinion. I feel like I should be drinking way more. But I also drink like in the morning I'll drink some juice, or in the evening I'll drink juice. So like my hydration intake, I don't really know. I have a sweet tongue. How much? How much for what? No, the real reason why I don't be saying my age though is because of a limiting belief that I have. Because I feel like a lot of people, they see you for your age and they be like, oh, she's young, she's old, she don't know nothing, right? So you like, you may see somebody who's older and you like, oh, she don't know nothing about this because she old. Like, you never really know. So I like to just be like, okay, y'all gonna either listen to the information or not. It's up to you. Just like watermelon juice. So y'all just make y'all's own judgments. For the pie. What? But I'm guessing y'all don't have much of anything else that y'all want to talk about tonight. So I'll say my final little words. I was thinking a while ago about where I am today. And just a couple of years ago, I was manifesting everything that I have today in some way, shape, or form. But the thing about it, it made me think a lot about manifestation. Because the thing about it is that I was manifesting it, but not realizing what it meant to have all the things at one time. Or at least to have to work for it all at one time. So I just thought about like, wow, like I just wanted the outcome of having these things. And I didn't think about what it looked like to work towards these things. And although I am thankful, it definitely makes me think about the things that I'm manifesting for myself. Because it's like, okay, I don't want to ever not transition with leisure. I want to transition through my life, experience daily life with leisure. Like, it's just a necessary thing for me. Like, I've already realized in my heart of hearts that I cannot live life without an abundance of leisure time. And when you have so many obligations, it makes you feel as if you don't have that leisure time. So I feel like not only is my life a product of things that I've manifested previously, every single thing, of course, it's me doing the work getting there, but I got my mindset, and now my body is doing the rest, right? It's naturally, things are coming to me, things are working in a way that I did not imagine. So yeah, honestly, I think about who I am today, where I am today, and I'm very grateful for every experience, because little things had to come together for me to get to this place. And with the idea, understanding that time is just a measurement of doing things within a certain period, right? You're doing this then, you did this before, you're doing this after, right? Where am I going with this conversation? Oh, when you see time as just a measurement of doing things instead of a system that's moving ahead of you or without you, that is going to move whether you're moving or not, right? You start to see your manifestations as just you being in periods of you doing things that leads to you getting there, or that is putting you in that state of being. I hope y'all stick with me. And when I think about all the things that I did at one point in time that's led me to being where I am today, manifesting, having these things manifested, it makes me realize that time is really on my side. Because I'm using my time doing the things that I'm interested in, which often is leading me to manifesting the things that I want. So, you said look up the word. The way I say manifestation, which I'll look the word up for you, but manifestation to me is the act of having what's in your mind become physical reality. But I'll look the word up for you, friend. So manifest in general, the adjective, the description, is clearly revealed to the eye or understanding, open to view or comprehension. Evidence or palatable. You say I sound like my little sister, your little sister. I'm not a bullshitter, y'all. Time comes from Egypt. Oh, you just make up now, friend. Don't be playing with me. That's not a made-up definition. That actually aligns to what is being said in the definition. Okay, Javon. So also the definition of manifestation is action of disclosing what is secret or obscure or unseen. It's a demonstration. What is secret? What is unseen? What's in your mind is unseen. When you disclose it, it becomes manifested. So if you have a different definition, friend, go ahead and put it in the comments. If anybody ever has a different definition, put it in the comments. You know, it's really just up to you. So you don't stress out. Manifest me a steak and veggies. I'm going to manifest that for you, friend. I see you having it. I see you having it. So, yeah. I did that for you, friend. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the channel support from my lovely supporters who cash at me today. You can't just make up definitions of words. Okay, friend. Well, go ahead and give us the definition before we get off alive. Help us out and give us the definition. Sean, see? Oh, Lord. Once you can go ahead and give us the definition, you know, I gave you the etymology definition. You give us whatever definition you want to give us. Sean, you know I don't pull cards until Thursday, friend. You read it and the definition doesn't match up with what you said. Well, just because you don't understand the words that I use don't mean it don't match up. It just means you don't understand the words. Don't let people hold you up. I mean, I'm not in a rush to go. But I'm really interested in this. I'm trying to see what this person about to say. It breaks your heart to run. I'm sorry, friend. Good night, Clarence. It's good to have you, friend. Once you look up the definition, yeah, well, etymology is definitely word origin, and it's just as important as the modern day meaning. I go about etymology, friend. Well, I don't understand words, and you just concocted a lie. Okay. Good night, Venom. Good night, y'all. My people, I feel like y'all trying to tell me, girl, get to moving. But I don't come on lives on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. I'll be back on live Thursday to do Tarot Thursdays, and then we'll continue our leisure conversation Friday. So I don't know, what should we talk about? Let me ask y'all while we still on the live. What should we talk about? I have a list of topics. Let me get my list of topics out. Stop making up your own meaning. You do it all the time. Why can't I do it? Why are you so mad? Okay. So let me try to remember off the top of my head the conversations that I have. I have them written down. Y'all just got to give me a second because this phone is old and it's getting slow. And I don't know. I think I have to update it or something. Thank you, Jabron. But one of them was the history of leisure, which I think is going to be important to know, because even though somebody in the chat said etymology is just the origins, we forget that the origins of things says a lot about what it means today, you know? So the history, also just standard facts and information, it's going to be the same. It's not going to be like, you know, no, sometimes there's certain people who I don't block, and I haven't had the opportunity. Again, I think it's because when I start posting shorts, and I don't know, something about posting shorts, it just brings certain people into the live. But there's certain people who will try you, and when you get tested, it really tells you how far you can get. I like to be tested every now and again with the people who don't agree with me. I'm not gonna call them a hater because they're engaging with the live and they're active. But people who don't always agree with you can really make you think more about what you do. And as long as I stand in my square and, you know, I trust in myself, I enjoy having these people on the live. So yeah, and a lot of times some of these people, they don't mean no harm. They just be aggressive for no reason. They just be aggressive and they don't know how to communicate their thoughts in a pragmatic way. So that really be the issue half the time. Maybe I'll just choose the conversation. That's women for you. Okay. Like to be correct as well and factual. Okay. So I'll just choose the next conversation because I can't access it right now. And I'm excited to talk about it on Friday with y'all. It's either going to be about the history of leisure. It's going to be about the standard facts of leisure. I think we went into time really well today. So I was trying to debate on if we was going to split that up. And we're going to talk about the hierarchy of leisure. I think that might be the next conversation. I really think that might be the hierarchy of leisure. I think that would be a good conversation to have. So that probably will be the next one. I just decided for us. I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoy your evening. I hope everybody who has something to say about the live today comes back with the facts and supports the live by providing good information instead of going against the live. Just provide whatever information you think is correct. That's all you gotta do. Somebody said, what's the origins of beauty? Self-care. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of y'all's evening. I love you guys. Good night.